I once was visiting someone in the hospital who had been asked to go and pray for, who had lost their parent. They were grown people, adults. And as I was walking down the corridor of the hospital, I noticed a couple, because I knew who they were, and I noticed another old lady walking behind them. Now, from the information I got, it was the father that had passed away, not the mother. So I walked and I acknowledged the two grown-ups walking towards me, but I thought that the lady behind them was their mother. So after acknowledging them, I bear hugged this old lady with the greatest amount of empathy I could gather. But the moment I started the hug, the old lady, she went all stiff. And in that moment, I realized I was hugging a random old lady. She was in no way connected to this couple. So I missed the plot a bit there. My prompt was simple. I thought, well, these are the two people and that's their mother, but it was not accurate. And sometimes I think our lives are full of prompts. Relationships prompt us to care, to engage, to feel. Our jobs prompt us to do certain things. If you have children, they have plenty of prompts on your life. But all these prompts can eclipse God's prompting on our life. If we look at Jacob's story in Genesis 28, where he encounters God, right after that, something shifts in him. There's a prompting in him to do something. And in Genesis 28, verse 18, it says, Jacob rose early in the morning, took the stone, set it up as a pillar, and poured oil on top of it. And he made an altar at that space where he experienced God. Jacob was prompted to make a change in the space where he experienced God. If we experience God in a vacuum and the world doesn't know about that, my question would be, is that useful for our world? My heart this morning is to encourage you to follow the prompts of God in your life when you experience Him. And like Jacob, set up a memorable thing, an altar, where there once was nothing, so that other people can reference what God did in your life and they can grow with you. In a certain sense, there was a lot of stones around Jacob, but one stone became part of an altar. And I do believe that's the calling on our lives as well, is when we are thankful, we can celebrate the promptings of God in our lives. And this prompting can become an altar, a testimony to the rest of our world. May you walk today and be on the lookout for God's prompting on your life and areas in your life where you can set up altars that might prompt other people towards God's presence.